We're going
Hey,
live.
looks like we are once again live here at Carolina Retirement Planners. Uh, Happy half hour brought to you every Thursday at 4:30 for hopefully some information and entertainment. If you've just joined us, I am David Shakavage. I am the founder and president of Carolina Retirement Planners here in Wilmington, North Carolina. And with me is my daughter, Samantha Sam Shakavich, partner in the business. And we bring you a happy half hour every Thursday, as many of you probably know. And there's someone else that we should introduce. The one that makes this all possible behind the scenes is
Hello.
Amy, our director of client fund, who
Hi.
knows how to make whatever we do,
Zoom and
Zoom,
Facebook and
Facebook,
everything talk to each other.
everything else, you know?
Yeah.
So,
I love your
uh,
beret. That's just fantastic. I mean, it's almost
Yeah, thank you.
Halloween.
It's our Halloween episode, so thank you for helping me pick out. I didn't have any cat ears, so
Yeah, I've had these forever. So, I always have something. I mean, there's always something in somewhere. So, yeah, I get that from my mom. Yeah. So there's as you know, because you were gonna get a wolf head from her, which we figured out what that was, but I was like, what? Yeah, a wolf, an actual wolf's head. But anyway, you look great. I love it. I'm gonna go back over here. David, you need some berets or something.
I do. Well, I'm,
Meh, meh. Okay.
Oh, that's too much, says the man who did an entire happy half hour with his Thanksgiving pilgrim hat on.
Right? That was wonderful.
Recently.
now, and there's the one where I was in my kayak fishing and did it there too, you know?
That's great
But
too.
the Zoom beret filter is crossing the line. That's too much, obviously.
I think that's a great one. I like that filter. I think it's a great beret.
I think so too. But as always, we don't know that y'all are here unless you say hello. So we would love it if you say hi in the chat. Let us know that you're here. And happy almost Halloween to everybody. And as such, related, as you may be able to see based on the whiteboard behind my dad, or if you're on our email list and you get the email every week, what we each day of the year is some kind of national holiday, and today is National Black Cat Day.
Yeah.
Right?
See, I didn't have black cat ears, but yes, National Black Cat Day. So, David, tell us what you got about these black cats.
And I thought we would decorate for it somewhat. I also have some really good black cat info to kind of lighten you. But I want to start first by giving people a hint as to what our real topic is today. And it has to do with this. Sam, can you guess what 2,500, can anybody out there guess what 2,500 hours represent?
525,000. Nope. No, I can't.
No. Oh, I know where you're going with
that.
that.
I know. I don't know.
Well, I'm pretty sure
not the hour, not in the year.
I'm pretty sure the vast majority of people watching us right now are probably retired. And when you retired, you opened up 2,500 hours to do other things. And our topic today is actually 6 things that you could do, 6 secrets, if you will, to having a happy retirement, because I know some people find that, golly, when all of a sudden they're left with this many hours to themselves, they just don't know what to do with their retirement. So we're going to come up with some things for that today. We found an interesting little kind of article that inspired me, instead of kind of a more warm and touchy, a happy half hour now.
I like it. It's perfect because it kind of leads up to Halloween. It's warm and fuzzy, nice and light. I think you have to do these once in a while. I like it.
Yeah, you wanted to make a change from all of the charts and the graphs and the numbers and the
we all like to save taxes and make more money and, all that stuff and all, but sometimes it's nice to just find happy retirement and things that aren't dependent so much on money. But before we get to that, when we talked about black cats are a big thing. I thought, well, why not white cats, or where do black cats legends come from? And Sarah went to work and found some interesting little tidbits of black cat lore. And they were sacred to Celtic mythology. Okay, so I guess the Irish like black cats. Scottish lore holds that a black cat, if they arrive at your new home, it signifies prosperity. Okay, and in Welsh, a black cat brings good health. So when you get over to the European islands, black cats are kind of a good thing. When you get over here, it changes. The pilgrims associated, as we all kind of know, black cats as a companion for a witch. And it's rumored that they use black cats as a formal part of their witchcraft. So if you watched, what was that one movie with the three witches?
Hocus Pocus.
Hocus Pocus, yeah.
Cat, so you've probably seen watch there. Now,
well, he was a good cat. That cat was a victim, really.
Yeah, well,
do you know who Salem is? Do you guys know the cat Salem from do you know Sam? Do you know Salem? I'll give you a hint. It was in a TV show for a while.
Yes, no, Salem's from Sabrina.
Yeah.
Well, it gets better. If you go back further, back to ancient Greece, according to Greek mythology, Zeus's wife Hera once transformed her servant Galantheus into a black cat as punishment for impending the birth of Hercules. Galantheus went on to become an assistant to Hecate, the goddess of witchcraft, and black cats have a unique meaning in various cultures ever since. So another reason black cats are considered with witchcraft go back literally to kind of the birth of Hercules, if you will. So that's a little bit of trivia to, I think most everything has something interesting about it if you Google hard enough, But
I mean, everything has to start somewhere. So yeah, there's always some history.
So
absolutely.
We said there's six things that you can concentrate on, 6 secrets to have a happy retirement. Here is number one. Number one, not surprisingly, is good health. Okay. Yeah. Now, what if you're retired? Oh, before I go further, I want to put out a couple questions for you listening to type in, because a couple of these later on will be pertinent. One of them is what adventure have you had? What have you done since you retired that you consider adventurous? Okay, something really cool and different and adventurous that you may have done. And I also then want to know, has anybody since they retired, done some learning, taken a course, learned a new skill, learned to play an instrument, did something to expand their horizons by expanding their learning. So if you can think of something, type it there into the comments. And when we get to those there, I think number 7 and 8, we will kind of find out what people have found. But what kind of things can we do for good health? You got any ideas, Sam?
Well, I know that in talking to people, overwhelmingly, if you're out there on the pickleball court, you're going to be getting some exercise. That is a fan favorite of retirees, is getting out there and playing pickleball, right?
In Leland, if you're in Leland, you know it. In fact, you may even have a house within the gentle pitter patter of the pickleball as it goes from paddle to paddle, which is always fun.
Yeah.
And taking an exercise class. Uh, do some people go on a regular walk after dinner every day? Something that builds that in.
Yeah.
You want to find something that keeps you physically engaged with some regular something.
Yeah. And I was telling you earlier that we have some clients who they had set an annual step goal, and I wish I could remember exactly what it was. I think it was like 2 million steps. They each wanted to walk 2 million steps throughout the year, and they set monthly goals to reach this annual goal, and they work towards it together. So I thought that was a pretty cool thing that they were working towards. It may have even been more than 2 million. I can't quite remember. But we also know that, not everything is within our control concerning our health, but there's a lot of things that we can do to try to keep ourselves as youthful as possible.
Yeah, I thought I just saw something come through. I'm trying to concentrate on what people are typing at the same time with varying success.
Well, Dad,
But
you don't have to concentrate on that right now.
okay. The other thing I might mention, we had you know, as you get older, things do break or need more maintenance. And one thing we talked about, I had an interview with a physician who is a MD VIP. There's concierge medicine where you pay a little extra money to a doctor who can can basically spend a lot more time and effort looking over you, doing fancy blood tests, much more tests, longer interviews. The trouble with modern medicine, it's 15-minute medicine. You go in, they got 10 minutes to talk to you and 4 minutes to write it up and a minute to go to the bathroom until they get to the next person. So it's nice to if you what's more important than our health to enjoy the rest of our life. So I also, if you go look for concierge medicine or MD VIP on our site, I think you could find the interview. Probably should do that again soon. So that's another thing for health. Now we're on to number 2. Number 2 is companionship. Companionship.
Yeah, even if you are married, once you retire, it may be a shock to you to all of a sudden be spending all of your time with your spouse. So, it may be
that can be crazy. That can get a lot.
When you're at work, you have this other world that you're in and these other people that you spend a lot of time with. And then all of a sudden
I've always said abstinence makes the heart grow fonder.
Oh my goodness.
It might be great to go out and join some clubs or some groups, get out into the community. But I know that a lot of our clients are really good about doing this.
One of the articles we have actually says 70% of baby boomers, either expect to already work past 65 or don't expect to retire. So a lot of people go back and they get a part-time job or they get work volunteering, or do other things to find somebody else to hang out with, somewhere to get out of the house. I have some clients who, I have one lady who has worked as a nurse and she's now into her 70s and she's going back to work, even if it's only a couple of days a month, just for some of this. The other thing that's worth to think about is we get separated from our families, and COVID made it even worse. Sometimes it's nice to schedule a regular call with the family. And one thing you can do is once a month, have a Zoom dinner where all the kids and everybody in all these different places, you kind of get together and you have a dinner and you get together over Zoom and spend a half an hour together and build some companionship there. So that's number 2. Number 3 is a sense of purpose. A sense of purpose. What do we have for sense of purpose? Let's see.
Well,
One way
what is it that you say is that, retirement means that, you get you're not forced to do something, but you always have a saying that you say to people.
Retirement doesn't mean you stop working. It just means you stop doing the things you don't like to do, and you may well go work at the part of work that you really enjoy.
Yeah, so it may be, we talked a little bit about volunteering, but it may be that we have some people who spend a lot of time volunteering. We have some people who will act on different boards. We have some people who they've decided they've retired and then they're like, you know what, I'm going to start my own business right now, or gone back to work part-time, or find different ways to do mentorship in the community. I just talked to somebody the other day who they go and they volunteer walking dogs at a local shelter each day.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. My grandson reads to dogs. He's far from retired.
Give you purpose and companionship than walking dogs a couple of times a week,
Right.
Here's another statistic they found, that Americans between age 51 and 61 who don't have a strong set of purpose are twice as likely to die early. So, I mean, it really can affect you, just kind of retiring where you were going headlong and all of a sudden there's nothing. And so go out and find it. Go out and we have another client that regularly goes down the airport and sits there. Airport has volunteers that help people, and that's what they do. So there's lots of people out there could use your talents and things like that. 4, a grateful spirit.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of these aren't really specific to retirement or retirees. I think that they're things that are important to refocus on and be ready as you're in retirement or transitioning into retirement. But I have always believed that the key to eternal happiness is eternal gratitude. And I don't think that's something that is specific to retirement at all. I think that is throughout your life.
The attitude of gratitude is well recognized as maybe the number one thing to make you happy, to make you uplifted, especially in today's world where so much of the media and social media reminds us of all the things we should worry about. And different things you can do is have a gratitude journal, or once a day you sit down and write I do this myself every morning. What's the 3 things I'm grateful for? And it just can make you a lot stronger. And so it helps you stay positive any age, but retirement too, it wouldn't hurt as a reminder there. I'll tell you, we ought to, before we get to 5 and 6, let's say hi to folks that have joined us as we normally do. So Teresa is here as usual. Good to know you're watching. And Sandy Robinson, I know her. She's here.
I know her too.
And Kim has joined us. Our own Mary is here as well. Our own Brenda is checked in. Phil, you were here today with us, and it's good to know that you and probably your spouse is with us as well. Dan and Barb are checking in. They're right here. They are in Wilmington at the moment, and I will be seeing them tomorrow morning as they stop by, before they head back to the mountains. Bruce, good to you. He says happy Halloween to all of us. You want to take over for a little while, Sam?
Oh, you were doing such a good job.
Okay, Debbie is Debbie, Jean and Debbie are here as well. Our own Kristen Owen sitting upstairs is joining in, one of our client care specialists. Dan, let's see, Susan has joined us. She is thankful or at least recognizes travel. Linda has joined
Well,
us.
now you're getting into the answers to your question.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
That was your answers.
We
Yeah.
need to come back to them in a minute. Remind me we need to come back. Linda has joined us. Um, and what else do we have as new? These
And
are
also Ed and Wayne and Joanne.
okay. So let's get to 5 and 6 because we've already seen some of them. 5 is continuous learning. You know, um, when you were, we all went to school, even at work, we're probably learning new things. We retire, are we still learning? What if people contributed as to their learning here? Amy or who has a good view of that?
I'm sorry.
What?
What?
Learning.
Yeah. You have to keep learning. Never
Like,
stop.
let's see. Linda has said
Oh.
photography workshops. That's one of the places she's learned.
Yeah. Teresa, Amy's mom, took a carpentry class and learned how to make tables and actually made 2 tables. And Amy confided in me in the chat that they're like super nice.
Oh, they are like super high end fancy. I'll have to share some pictures with you. I was so impressed. I was like, you go, mom, you go.
Dan said that Barb made her own Native American flute and learned how to play it.
Ooh, that's cool.
That's really awesome. Yeah, love
I've
it.
got a really nice Native American flute my sister got me from the Southwest. They are fun to play. If it's tuned like mine is, it's one of those scales that everything sounds good, it just works, a 5-note scale or something. Did you got Teresa in the
tables, but I didn't get where she learned how to use I don't know how to pronounce it, serger.
A serger. Yeah, serger
Yeah.
for sewing. She's always doing something. Yes.
That's impressive. That's super cool. And Kristen says that Kristen is not retired yet, but when she does retire, she wants to learn to base jump and wants to learn to quilt all of the sweatshirts of her travels together, which I think is pretty cool.
I think that's pretty cool.
And
I always see where you can do the quilts with your t-shirts. I like that. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And personally, as a guy who plays a whole bunch of instruments by ear, more or less, I challenge many of you, if you can whistle a tune, to go out and take up something, whether it's a mountain dulcimer, a penny whistle, or an Indian flute. There's a lot of easy instruments that you can pick up and kind of play by ear. And if you're having trouble figuring one and you'd like, call us and I'll talk to you and give you some suggestions. But that's another thing. I think bringing music into your life and can be can be great. Often in the evening, I'll sit outside and play penny whistle just for the fun of it. So, okay, we better get on to the last one here. The last one is a passion for adventure. Okay.
Yeah, if you're retired now that you have the freedom of time, and that's what that 2,500 was, Dad, right? Isn't that all the free hours that you're gonna have now?
Yeah. And it's time you may have had on a real or mental bucket list a lot of things you want to do. And if you don't have a written one, you might want to sit down and write them down. And it may be as simple as going to visit the Outer Banks, or spending it getting a cabin in the mountains of North Carolina, or a lot of things you could do for adventure, going to some local museums, things like that, or in a sense adventure, even if not as crazy as jumping out of an airplane. But we have a number of people have recognized that.
I think adventure is anything where you're getting out of your comfort zone.
Susan likes to travel, and anywhere you go is an adventure. And boy, I know a lot of clients who routinely take some great trips internationally, and that's I know the trips I've taken have been a great adventure. Linda, in fact, talks about travel to Germany, Alaska, and Canada as adventure. Just had somebody else come in that had been to Iceland. And
Oh,
two people
yeah.
actually in the last week have talked, this past week, have talked about Iceland. I'd be kind of tempted to go see Iceland.
Mhm.
I would like to go there too. It looks pretty amazing.
And that's where Kristen talked about base jumping. What is base jumping? Is that where you go up on a mountain and jump off the thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, Steve, she's still
Put it on
younger.
the list.
Yeah, put it on the list. Uh, and what else do we have here for adventures?
Yeah, Ed and Renee are going to Lisbon, Portugal tomorrow,
That's
Ooh,
which I
awesome.
hear is a phenomenal place to visit.
I know for a fact that Portugal has some of the best cheap wines of any place in the world. If they're like, that's one of my go-to places, but I don't think that comes under adventure as much as thirst quenching or something.
Don't
They've
forget
got
to bring Flat
expensive
David.
ones, too.
They're awesome about bringing Flat David. I'm sure they won't
It's-
forget. But don't forget Flat David.
because we will have a Flat David party here probably January or February for everybody that submitted pictures this year. And we give away prizes and we go to Pour or whatever the place with the bracelets where you can have select the beers and wines you want.
Yeah.
So if you haven't gotten one in, this
And if
is
you don't have a Flat David and you want one, just give us a call, shoot us an email, and we'll get you one.
we get one, and you got 8 weeks or so to get them in, and should be fun. Okay, it is 4:56. I think we have successfully we have done our happy half hour on ways to make your retirement happy, and I hope this was good. Next week, I believe we are going to do a charitable giving strategies, kind of a reminder and a review of what the things you can do as we get to the end of the year. There's some strategies you should be aware of, and we're going to cover them. Tell your friends to come along, grab their drink, and join us at 4:30.
Don't we have like a little giveaway to offer for today as well?
We do. We do. Thank you for reminding me. If you like this, there is a report that we can put out called The 6 Secrets to a Happy Retirement, and it covers the things we talked about in more detail. And if you'd like a copy of this delivered directly to your door by a uniformed employee of the U.S. government, what do they have to do to get one, Amy?
I put it in the comments, but all they have to do is send Mary an email, Mary@carolinarp.com, and she'll mail it out to them. So super simple.
We'll get you one out, and so you can make the rest of your retirement even happier. Okay, now to make it also happy, what are we going to do next, Sam?
Doing the wine drawing.
A wine drawing.
So each week we give away 2 bottles of wine delivered directly to your door from Fermental Bottle Shop. They are newly reopened in the Cargo District in downtown Wilmington. You should go check them out. They are awesome. It's a new awesome spot. But all you have to do to get your name in my jar is to, if you are a member of Facebook, each week we'll put out an event saying, hey, this is our topic this week. And you just have to click that you are attending and we will get you in here. And if you share that with a friend, we will get you in here again. And if you are on our email list, then all you have to do is respond to the email that we send out every week, letting you know what the topic is. Say, enter me in the wine drawing, or answer the Q question that Amy gives you every week in the email. And then you can get in here again.
We have some really cute pictures and things that we posted today that people sent in. So if you haven't been to our social media pages today, go check them out. They're
Dan and Barb, your grandson's Halloween costume is
oh my gosh,
adorable.
Right?
Okay. And our winner this week of 2 bottles of wine delivered directly to their door is Jacqueline and Dennis M. So congratulations, Jacqueline and Dennis. You are our wine winners.
Congratulations.
And to everybody else, please keep entering. We'll keep giving away wine just like we do every week.
Every week.
And
And Monday is
shortly
Halloween. So
And shortly, I'm off to Brunswick County to the North Campus of Leland to teach the last workshop in retirement planning here in about an hour. So,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, Bruce said he's looking forward to seeing you at the class today. So
Oh, good.
yeah, I like him. So I'm gonna say, I mean, I like everybody, but I'm gonna say hi. Hi, Bruce. So it'll be fun.
We'll be back in 2023 in
Yeah.
January.
I have my beer. Well, we cheers. I should cheers. It's in a cup, but you know, this way they can see.
Okay.
Right?
We'll
Yeah.
see you then and we'll see you next week.
Yeah. Bye, everyone. Take care. Happy Halloween.
Bye, all. Happy
Happy
Halloween.
Halloween.